Emily, when you watch this in the future, just know that I have been actively trying to replace you for the last 2 years. No, I'm kidding. I'm
All the
done.
guest spots is just like auditions.
Yeah, exactly. They're just they're auditions and interviews as a whole. Okay, Cassandra, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay! All right, we are live. Hi, Cass. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I love that it's just a floating giraffe.
I forgot that you can totally see what I'm doing. the way
Yeah.
the way I was gonna set it up, the way I was gonna do it was if I could get Discord to connect to it, I was gonna have this image pop up every time you were talking, and then a different Jirachi showing every time you weren't talking. So it's gonna flip flop between the two. But unfortunately, I couldn't get that to work. So you're just a stagnant Jirachi now, and that's it. So
That's okay.
um
It's still a 3D model Jirachi.
it's all that matters. Uh I did call Emily out in my because Emily's not here, as you can clearly see. I called Emily out in my promotion post, and she did post her Yoshi tax, which I'm going to shame her a little bit. She's at Disney right now and went to Universal. Okay. Um and she decided that she had to get this giant Yoshi at Nintendo World. So I don't know if you could see it yet, but you will see it
Yeah, I just
momentarily.
saw it. It is cute.
The price though was like $100. Like it was something stupid like that. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I couldn't
Oh
just.
man.
Okay. I say I'm shaming her. In all honesty, she texts me and asked me to talk her out of it. And what did I do?
Go
I
buy
did the
it.
opposite. I
Yeah.
told her to buy it.
Yep. Nope. As one should do.
Cass, am I a bad person?
No, no, that is a best friend's duty
That's
to
right.
help your friends make bad decisions.
That is 100% correct. Hi, Ferg. Thank you for coming in, Ferg. That is a sleepy Yoshi.
Yes.
How dare. Um so I don't expect podcasts to be super crazy today because me and Cass, unlike me and Emily, me and Cass agree on most things. For example, physical games are better than digital games, and I will die on that hill.
100%.
Prove me wrong. You won't because you agree with me. See, this is easy. You want to replace Emily? Emily, when you watch this in the future, just know that I have been actively trying to replace you for the last 2 years. No, I'm kidding. I'm
All the
done.
guest spots is just like auditions.
Yeah, exactly. They're just they're auditions and interviews as a whole. And the closest one was Chase dressing up as Emily.
Oh, that was perfect.
um so yeah, mainly we're going to talk about the Game Awards more cuz that's next week. I think that's a huge
Mhm.
deal. Um and Cass, correct me if I'm wrong, you haven't played any of them, have you, on that list?
For for the ones nominated for Game of the Year,
Yeah.
no, I have not.
One of those is gonna have to, at least one of them has to be changed. Like I'm pushing for you to play Expedition 33.
I
Like
mean, that
I
is I already have the copy, so that is coming. It's just I don't think it's gonna happen by the end of the year, but we will see.
Oh, I don't expect it by the end of the year. You'd have to finish it by next week for Game of the Game Awards,
Yeah,
and
no, that's not happening.
that's not gonna happen. I thought I was ambitious and thought I was gonna get my backlog done in time, and here we are. Nope, I'm close, but I'm not finishing. Speaking of which, let me pull that up because I have a slight update. I'm pretty sure I'm on my last game of the year. Cass has actually seen my backlog list because we did a back and forth of them. I still have her saved. But I am currently playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And dare I say, this is the first time I've enjoyed an Assassin's Creed game since the Assassin's Creed 4. So, and the lead character's name is Cassandra, so crazy enough. I wish I was lying.
Oh, that's cool.
The problem is, this game, I have to put you there. I didn't forgot I don't have a box for you here. Now, there we go.
It's
Now you're
like
there.
a giant Jirachi blocking the backlog.
Oh, I had to put you in your box.
It's the timeout box.
It's a timeout box. What did Jirachi do but grant wishes for those who needed wishes?
Granted too many wishes.
So yeah, that's my backlog update. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is actually a lot of fun. It's just it's an open world game, and I get real tired of open world games. It's too much. Like, I'm an old man. I don't have time for 90-hour epics, and I'm getting tired. So yeah. Cass has big news about a game she's been playing recently. She did something for the first time. I'll let you tell them.
Did I?
You did. You what did you sent it to me like 2 days ago or yesterday.
Oh, right, right. I was like, I've been playing so many games. At the same time, I completed my first Pokédex
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
ever. Yeah. Like, thank you so much for Pokemon Legends, ZA, because I played ZA before Arceus, for helping me complete a childhood dream of completing a Pokédex. And then immediately after I completed the Pokédex, they released Mewtwo, so I had to jump back into the game and make sure that that stayed complete.
They released Mewtwo. I don't even
And
have my
got
copy of
Mewtwo.
the I don't even have my copy of the
Mhm.
game right now because my friend has it. So I didn't even know they released Mewtwo.
It was like immediately the day after, they were like, Mewtwo is now available on this extra side quest. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta open the game again to
Yeah.
catch Mewtwo. And he would not stay in the Pokeball, so I
I
think I just kept throwing balls at him until he stayed in.
I didn't even catch Zygarde yet. Like, I was like, well, I did the main story. I have a friend who wants to play it. I'll let her play it. And so my friend Holly has a copy of the game. So like she could do that.
Yeah.
I've completed one Pokedex in my life, and that was Scarlet and Violet. And
Ooh.
yes, Scarlet and Violet, those were games. Those were some of the Pokemon games of all time. I'm sorry. I'm critical. I'm a bitter old man who's critical of Pokemon after certain decision makings and just
Yeah.
yearning. I'm old man yelling at the sky to go back to the olden days. But
I'm missing the like gold, silver, um, even Gen 3, like Gen 2 and Gen 3 completeness, because I've never played like Gen 5,
mhm,
and I think 6 was X, Y, and then Sun and
yeah.
Moon. So those 3 generations I never played. I only got to play Gen 4 when the re-release for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out.
So
So,
you're
like, my golden days of Pokemon were Gen 2 and 3.
see my first generation was Gen because I grew up in a good quote unquote Christian household and Pokemon was evil. So I wasn't able to play Pokemon until Ruby and Sapphire. And then I took it too far and my mother threw my copy of Ruby down the garbage disposal and I wish that was a joke. Uh that memory's ingrained in
Oof.
my brain. But I love Gen 3 so much. I will pine for Gen 3 days. Um I actually can't wait for you to play Legends Arceus because Legends Arceus, you're gonna go, huh? In comparison, Legends ZA is kind of bad in
Yeah,
comparison
that's
to
why
Arceus.
I didn't I avoided spoilers for the game, but
Hmm.
I saw, like, the general consensus was that, and so I was like, because both copies of the game arrived within, like, 2 or 3 days of
Right.
each other for me, so it's like, "Okay, I'll play ZA first, and then I will save the first one, Arceus, to after I play ZA so that I don't get disappointed by by, like, going for something better and then not so much, and then have like a flipped experience. So I'm just waiting for the DLC to come out and I can finish the DLC, and then I'm hoping I can focus on it over the holidays and just immerse myself.
I I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm just gonna you're gonna be more happy with ZA, I think, because it's not confined into one space. I think that was my biggest issue with ZA. Like ZA
Mm.
is so confined into just Lumio City, but you can go so many more places in Arceus. Um, so no, I can't wait to actually hear your thoughts because it is you know what, that's gonna be another Pokedex you're gonna be able to complete, especially because you don't have
I'm
to worry about
excited.
you don't even have to worry about trade evolutions. They have an item specifically for trade evolutions called a link cable that you just give, and that's your trade evolution. You don't have to trade, and they took it away
That's
from us.
amazing.
Like they took that away from us in ZA. I'm like, oh, we'll just do it again. Nope. They hate us. They just despise us for some reason.
Oh, that is a terrible decision. They should have kept it.
That's as far into spoiler
Made
territory
things
I'll go.
easier.
But yeah, no, it is so much fun. Arceus, I think, was the best Pokemon game in the past 10 years. And the worst are Sun and Moon. Never play Sun and Moon. I hate them. I hate them so much. I will die on that hill. Anywho,
I've not played Sun and Moon.
yeah, you don't have to.
I know Rowlet is adorable, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the sucky thing. They have some of my favorite starters. The problem with Sun and Moon, and it's not even the change of format for Sun and Moon for me. The problem with Sun and Moon is that it's you know how back in Gold and Silver and even Ruby and Sapphire, like yes, there are story beats, but they're not talking your
Mhm,
ear off. It's like, hey, this is what's happening. Okay, go handle it.
mhm.
This game has my least favorite trope in all video games. It's here's this 10-minute long cutscene. Oh, you took 2 steps. We have to go into another 10-minute long cutscene because somebody forgot to say something. And it's so many just cutscene after cutscene. And I'm just like, stop. I want to play the video game. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, I felt like that frustrated me with it's not a cutscene, it's just, like, 3 hours of a tutorial in ZA.
Oh yeah, yeah. ZA had the ZA. I will say ZA is not nearly as bad. Like all the games since Sun and Moon have done it, but they're not nearly as bad. Like they're not nearly
Okay.
as long. Because I think they realized Sun and Moon is like 3 to 4 times worse than all those other games. Sword and Shield, uh, Scarlet Violet, etc. The Let's Go games don't count. Those don't really have story beats. That's just yellow all over again. But I digress.
That's Yellow married with Pokemon Go on a console,
Yeah,
from my
yeah.
understanding.
And shockingly enough, still quite fun. Still a good time because they're not shoving a forced thing down my I don't know. This forced like, hey, we want to prove to you that we have good storytelling down. I don't play Pokemon for storytelling, you know. I play other things for storytelling. We'll get into that later. We'll jump into the storytelling aspect of life later. We're gonna talk about news. And I don't know how engrossed in the gaming news you have been, Cass. Have you been engrossed at all in gaming news over the past like month or a couple weeks?
It depends. So, because sometimes I just see it on my social media feed. Sometimes I can go weeks without it. So right now I'm like seeing like the Hatsune Lucario situation happening.
I gotta pull that up. Hold on, I'm pulling that up.
It's it's I don't it's Hatsune Miku. That's what it is.
Oh, like as soon as you sent me that, I'm like, oh my god! And the weirdest part is Lucario already has a mega. Like, what are they doing? What?
I
Why?
I saw it and I was staring at the picture and I was like, "This looks so familiar. I don't know why." And then the next post that I see is just like, you know, the meme of like two pictures and like corporate is making you like asking you like the difference between two pictures, and it's
Yeah,
like Hatsune Miku and that. And it's like
it's
there's no difference. And it's like,
it's
that's why it looks so familiar, because
it's
it's
the
Hatsune
same.
Lucario.
It's the same picture. But is there like some kind of different? I guess okay. There are other Pokemon's with 2 megas. Like Mewtwo has two
Charizard,
megas.
yeah.
Charizard. So what is this? Mega Lucario Y, I guess? I don't know. I
It's not even Y, it's Mega Lucario Z.
I okay, sure. I guess. I don't understand what the Pokemon company's doing, man. I'm not mad at it. Like, it looks dope. I'm not even gonna lie. Even if no Hatsune Miku, it looks dope. But there are other Pokemon who need
It's
megas.
Michael.
It is
Yeah.
Hatsune Michael. Um, Anywho, this was not the big news I was gonna talk about. The big news
Okay.
I'm gonna talk about is how AI has essentially it's single-handedly right now destroying the gaming industry and the gaming market.
Oh,
And you
that's a really good topic. Yeah.
yeah, it's the reason we're in the news section not versus the main topic section is because this is still developing and I'm going to have to like make this an actual topic one day. But
Mhm.
specifically every console, every computer, every piece of technology you use that is a computer brain has this little thing in it called RAM, random access memory. It is that piece of tech that all your things that you're not permanently saving to your computer, that's where it all gets stored temporarily, right? And it needs
Mhm.
it to be able to run. And that is notoriously usually the cheapest part of your computer. You used to be, I think my 16 gigabyte kit in my computer that I built was $50 when I got them a few years back. AI data centers, though, are popping up everywhere, all over the country. It's getting crazy. And the problem with RAM is that there are three main companies that make RAM. There's Micron, there's Samsung, and there's SK Hynix. And all three of them have made deals with OpenAI and other AI companies for these data servers to where, like, I think 40% of anything they develop goes to those AI data centers. So this $50 kit is now like $300 of RAM.
Yeah, I think I saw this. Yeah.
It is exploded. So the personal building PC building market is already getting screwed because a piece of RAM costs as much as your most expensive component. Like there's no reason to build a computer right now. But on top of that, other things like Sony, when they run out of their back stock of RAM, those prices are going to go up. Xbox is already
Mhm.
like sounds like they're already announcing their third price hike for the year. This console, if they announce it, this will be the third time they've raised prices this year. They started at $500 for a
I
Series
mean,
X.
that's
Go ahead.
yeah, that's a really expensive paperweight.
Yeah, yeah, for a console that does absolutely jack shit. It
I don't
that was
like
really
I
funny.
hear I hear Xbox developing games on every console, and it's just there's no more exclusivity for them. So what is the point of having one?
Exactly. Even the last gen, it was the same thing, but that was very good. Here's the most janky part of that, and this is the part where you really can yell at Microsoft, and this is me again as old man yelling into the clouds. Um, Essentially, Microsoft is coming out saying, "Hey, we might have to raise prices again because of this RAM shortage." And then you look and you say, "Oh, Microsoft has invested $10 billion into AI data centers." Microsoft is contributing to the issues that they've created themselves, right? Like,
Yeah.
uh, I, oh, it's frustrating. It's just one of those things. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. And I'm hoping if this is an AI bubble, like everybody says, that it pops.
Mhm.
But I mean, at least there are good people on other ends of this whole thing. I think it was the one of the co-founders of Rockstar saying, if you're using AI, then you lack heart or any integrity. So good, good,
Mhm.
good guy, Rockstar. Good on them. Um, I know Sandfall Interactive, the people who've now made my favorite game of all time, that are going to win Game of the Year, but we'll talk about that later. I'm pretty sure they'll never use
Spoilers.
AI. Spoilers. uh, They'll probably never use AI. It's your EAs and your Ubisofts that are going to be like, oh, we can just do this to develop. Fire everybody. We're going to make an AI based game and it's going to suck. So
Yeah,
that's all
and
I'm going
it
to say.
it shows because it doesn't have heart, and that's why no one wants to buy their games.
Mm-hmm.
Or right, like they could have gems from their early days, but that's why they're gonna struggle. And it's gonna be some like executive from Ubisoft or EA who's pushing for this, and then they're just shooting themselves in the foot essentially. And you can see it because at the end of the day, and it's been said by the Larian's boss in like the last Game Awards, right? The game of the year is something that is essentially, I guess this is also spoilers and or foreshadowing, but it's something that has a lot of heart. And it's something that you know that the developers put a lot of heart in it, and AI cannot replace that.
No, they can't. Because all it does is copy. And I think with EA
Yeah.
specifically, it's going to get worse. With the whole Saudi Arabia sale earlier this year and their huge investment into AI, it like they're about to go full like, oh my god, no more developers. We're just gonna have AI do everything. As well as ruin the Sims and Mass Effect and all that by getting rid of the same sex marriages and everything. Like, that's a different issue.
And, and then they're going to wonder, why can't we sell our games?
Mm-hmm. Why are we losing money all of a sudden so quickly? The old CEO of EA is probably like, well, not my problem anymore. I sold it to Saudi Arabia and Jared Kushner of all people. Anywho, I
Oh my
digress.
gosh, yeah.
uh that's all I had for news. Even Cass had a little bit of news because I already forgot about Hatsune Lucario and all that.
Yeah, no, it's fresh off my mind, essentially.
It's all
The
she
only
can
other
think
thing
about,
that
guys.
yeah, the only other thing I could think about was like Square Enix as well. Not having learned anything from their NFT fiasco, just like being on, full on, yes, we would also like to jump into this AI train. And I'm like, why?
What a surprise. Golly. I actually just got and I've waited for so long for the prices to go down and it always goes down to the same price every sale, but it'll go down further. It never does. So I finally got the Pixel remaster collection for Black
Mhm.
Friday and it came in the other day. I don't know why I got it. I still have a massive ass backlog I need to get through, but I have it. It's on my shelf.
Listen, the Pixel Master,
Uh-huh.
it went on sale on the PlayStation Store, and I was like, you know what? It's been 2 years. I think it was about 2 years. I don't think Squeenix is actually going to make more of the physical copy. Let me just buy it because they're selling this at like $30 for all 6 games. And I
Uh-huh.
did it, and I played through it. And then they announced that they're releasing the physical copies. And I
That's
was
why I
just like,
waited. That's
I'm
you know
still
what
buying it. And I did.
what's insane is that's why I haven't bought Dispatch yet. I want to play Dispatch because everyone's hyping it
Mhm.
up and it's supposed to be great, but I'm like, there's no physical yet. But if it goes physical, I don't want to be the one who didn't get it physically. I want to have
Yeah,
it.
I feel like it's on my wish list on Steam, but at the same time, I'm also like, I'm not rushing this one because I'm hearing a lot of good buzz, so I might want to have a physical for this.
I'm more so waiting for you to play Balatro and for you to just play for hours and say, "Oh no, what have you done to me, Blake?" Play
See,
Balatro,
here's the
Cass.
thing.
Uh-huh.
I will have time to do that next week, and
Oh,
I'm terrified.
here's the thing I need to warn you about. Actually, before we get into main topic, we're going to talk about Balatro real quick because I love Balatro. If you know me, I'm waiting for my PlayStation Wrap to say how many hours I put into Balatro. It's bad. Uh, so with Balatro, you're going to go in and you're going to do your first run, and you're going to be like, I don't understand, and you're going to be very. This happens to everyone I've seen play, including myself. You're gonna be like, I don't understand. I don't like know how to do this. But then you need to keep playing and you're gonna win your first run and then it's gonna click. And you're gonna be like, oh no.
And
I
then the
understand.
dopamine hits,
The dopamine's gonna
and
hit,
you're
and you,
yeah, and you're hooked for life.
the wheels start turning. You're like, oh, I can do these synergies and put this and this together and do this and this, and then you start dreaming about it. And then in those dreams, you're doing math in your head. You're gonna become a nerd. Well, you're already a nerd like I
Oh
am, but
yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
besides the
say.
point. We're both science people, by the way. Another point for Cass over Emily. Emily writes, we do science. I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm being mean to him for no reason. Anywho, yeah, you're going to essentially do all these things in your brain at night, and you're just it's just gonna be this stranglehold on you. I am so close. I am so close to getting the platinum on Balatro after 400
Ooh.
hours. I
Ooh.
have the problem with the platinum of Balatro is that there are different stakes for each. There are like I think 12 decks to play the game on, and there's no like story. There's no spoilers or anything. But yeah, there's like 12 decks to play, and each has I think 8 stakes, white stake all the way to gold stake. And you have to beat all the decks on gold stake, which I've already done. But you also have to get a gold sticker on each of the jokers, which are your point scoring options. And to do that, you have to win a gold stake run with that in your hand for the final round. There are 150 jokers, and I think I have 40 left. I think I have 110 done. So God help me. I
I'm just
want to
gonna call
fin-
them the Ben Stars.
You call- I try to get him I try to get a cameo of him for my friend for Christmas this year, but he's unavailable and I'm very sad about it. Benjamin Starr. Juice, that's is that how 4 years is 4 years is almost a year? Is this the secret? I resubscribed to Juice for 48 months straight yesterday, and I said 48 months, that's almost a year. And I've been driving her nuts about this. 48 listen, 48 months is almost a year. But also there are some infinities bigger than other infinities. So I'll let you marinate on that one. Let's go talk about the main topic. Let's get into the main
All
meat
right.
and potatoes of this whole thing. Every year, and I mean every year, probably since 2020, only because no, yeah, 2020, and only because I was involved in the discourse in 2020. But I think most people agree that that was a bad year. There has been at the Game Awards, it's always been, why did this game win? This doesn't make sense that this won. It should have been this. My game wasn't even nominated, and nobody bought this bullshit game. Blah 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 blah. This didn't sell that well, etc. It's all these arguments all the time. It's the same thing. I think so. 2020, the biggest one I think was 2023 with Baldur's Gate 3 and Spider-Man 2. And as someone who loved Spider-Man 2, I understood why Baldur's Gate 3 won, and I had not played it yet at that point, right? But these other people,
Yeah.
these they just could not wrap their head around it. Last year, Astrobot winning over Shadow of the Earth Tree, which thank God. But even more
Yeah.
so over Metaphor Refantasio, over Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, etc. Like people just cannot wrap their head around these things. And they always bring up like things like sales and everything. So we're going to discuss what determines, what makes a game of the year. Like what is the determining factor? And Cass, you said it beautifully a second ago when you quoted the CEO Larian, because you're right, that was his quote. And I keep seeing edits. I keep seeing edits of Expedition 33 with his speech over it, and I'm like, God damn, he was right. Essentially, like it has to. You know it better than I do. What does he say? Say it again,
He,
please?
he essentially, yeah, just essentially, he says it has to have a lot of heart, right? It has to have that passion from the developers, but I mean, not just the developers, but for also for the gamers, it has to bring them joy. And so that's why at least when it came to Baldur's Gate 3, when it came to Astrobot, even though I haven't played Astrobot yet, I will
Sorry,
at some
excuse
point.
me.
It's on the backlog.
Cassandra, please.
It's on the backlog. Um But just like getting that general consensus, right, with everyone, from critics, from the people who play the game, it's you feel the passion. You feel the passion of the developers making this game. You feel the passion as a player playing this game, that excitement. It's not about the story. It Because not all of these games have narratives or stories, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
about like it's not about the graphics first and foremost, because I
Mm-mm.
at the argument that I hate the most is like this doesn't look like 4K Ultra HD 1080 60p whatever with ray tracing, and I'm like, I don't even understand what that means, but like it makes this game brings me joy, and that's like what's important at the end of the day, because it doesn't matter how difficult the game is. It doesn't matter if it's a game that has different difficulty options, and there are quote unquote casual gamers and quote unquote pro gamers playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that people love, because at the heart of it, it's something that brings you joy, and it's something that you love, and it's something that you are passionate about and you share in that enjoyment, because ultimately that's what brings everyone into this like community of gamers. We share this passion, hobby, love for exploring games, whether it's puzzles, RPGs, shooters, racing games. And ultimately, that's why I also think it's why Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is most likely going to win this award, and I will be shocked if it loses.
Crazy. It's almost like it was ordained from the gods that it should win.
It's
uh
almost like the CEO of Larian was hit with a gift of prophecy by Apollo.
Cassandra, why are you making Greek quotes when I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey playing as a character named Cassandra with a K?
I that now see that's also just like foreshadowing in the universe.
She did this on purpose. You've been talking to Emily. You've been talking to Emily.
No, no, that's the
Oh,
universe.
that's the gods, the Greek gods. Anywho, uh, I think I think at the beginning of the Game Awards, like that really wasn't fully there yet. I think like the seeds had been sown for the Game Awards of what that should be, but it really like hadn't solidified until like the last 5 6 years maybe. Yeah, I'll say 2017. I'll say since 2017 because the Game Awards. Remember, this is the 11th one. They're not that old unless you count the Spike TV Game Awards, but nobody counts that because it was always Grand Theft Auto or 50 Cent Bulletproof, which is an awful game. Anywho, um, so if we look at the past
There was
winners,
a different Game Awards.
yeah. So there was the initial Game Awards, like the original Game Awards. I think it was 2003 or 2002 or 2003, all the way to 2014. It was run by Spike TV, that old TV channel, and I know you know what that is because we're the same age, Cassandra. You have to know
What do you
Spike
mean? The
TV.
internet thinks I'm a Zoomer.
That's true. I forgot. Everybody thinks Cassandra, who is 3 months older than me or 2 months older than me, is a Zoomer. Listen, enjoy your mid 20s, you baby. You. I I don't know if you have Spotify. Me and my friends have a music group that we do the first Monday of every month, and they were posting their Spotify Wrapped like what is your age
Mhm.
range, and all my friends were like 50, 60. I think one of them got 79, and I got
Excellent.
25. I got 25 and said I'm just a baby.
No,
Which
I stopped using Spotify because it wouldn't connect to my car for
what?
some reason. Yeah, no, I think around 2019, I
Uh-huh.
switched to Apple Music because Spotify just wouldn't connect to my car properly. And then it started being very confused as to whether or not I should get English ads, Spanish ads, Japanese ads, Korean, or Chinese.
No Filipino ads? No, no.
Surprisingly, no.
That's actually wild. That's actually
And I don't know if it's because I have like a worldly taste in music or not, but
YouTube.
it was giving me so many ads.
YouTube loves giving me Spanish ads in Spanish. specifically for internet service providers. Like, hey, do you need Cox internet? Let me give you this ad completely in Spanish, even though you don't speak a lick of Spanish. I'm like, thanks. Sure, I guess. I need to get on that and be better about that. Back on topic. Back on topic of me being of Cass being a youngster, being a Zoomer, if you will. Oh, hi, Lucky. Hi, how are you doing?
How you
So
doing, Lucky?
let's look at
I mean,
previous game.
Jirachi?
Actually, let's see this. I want to see if I can find the Spike TV Game Awards winner. Spike
Okay.
TV Game Awards winners. Because there's Wikipedia, baby. That's what we got. Um, Game of the Year, Grand Theft Auto 5 was the last one they did. So that was 2013. I wish I just had a comprehensive list. The Walking Dead, Telltale, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim. Okay, so like towards the end they were doing better. Like Red Dead Redemption, Uncharted 2. It was only the beginning. Grand Theft Auto 4. There we go. There it is. Oblivion.
Oh,
Maybe
Madden
well, not.
NFL 2004.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, this one I'm going to tell you is an L take. The 2004 game of the year was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Totally fine. Burnout 3 Takedown came out that year though, and that is one of the greatest racing games I've ever played. And I don't even like racing games. But yeah, 2003 award was Madden NFL 2004, and that's all you needed to say.
Over Zelda the Wind Waker?
Oh, people hated Wind Waker when it released.
Oh, that's weird. It looks
Yeah.
really cute.
Uh,
also have not played it yet.
I will give you grace on Wind Waker because I did not play Wind Waker until the pandemic in 2020 when I like really beefed up streaming, and Emily and I barely knew Emily at this point. I only knew Emily through Allison, and she's like, "Play Wind Waker. You've never played it. We're playing Wind Waker." And I now that's my favorite Zelda game of all time is the Wind Waker, and I love the Wind Waker. It's so good, and I wish I would have played it so long ago. Play the Wind Waker, Cass. I can give you a whole
Yeah.
list of things to play.
Backlog. Uh,
I have that backlogged app, and I think I've completed 380 something games in my life. I have problems.
oh, wow.
26 of them will be this year. Yay. Okay,
Between my
cool.
game backlog and book backlog, no, forever backlog.
Oh, I wish I could read. You really have been talking to Emily because she says the same thing. Golly, you readers, I can't read. Back on topic. Let's look at the actual Game Awards
Mhm.
winners. So if we look at the Game Awards winners, 2014 was Dragon Age Inquisition, which I think that was no surprise to anybody, right? I haven't played it, but I know
Either.
people adored it, like how innovative and everything it was. Same with The Witcher 3 the next year. The year after that, Overwatch, I think, is a little bit of a stretch. That was 2016. What were the
Oh,
nominees?
Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch won 2016. I remember that being weird. The nominees for Game of the Year were Overwatch, Doom 2016, Inside, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted 4. Yeah, Doom and Uncharted 4 got snuffed.
Yeah, I feel
Like,
like Uncharted 4 at least.
yeah, as someone who hasn't played it, I know people adore that game. And I
It's
did
the
play.
only Uncharted game I played.
You played the fourth one, and I haven't played any of the other one.
Yes. Because
Cassandra.
it was on like the PlayStation Plus subscription classic things that the PS Plus
Oh,
removed essentially. So it's like, let me download this game and play through it before they remove it
yeah.
or my access to it. And so I played it, even though I haven't. I mean, I played the Veilguard before playing all three Dragon Age that came before it, and that's what got me to get copies of those games. So
I'll be
sometimes you
doing.
just gotta do it that way.
I will be playing Veilguard next year. So I actually going to be playing all the Dragon Age games in order next year. Um, okay, yeah. So Overwatch was a weird year. Breath of the Wild again, like masterpiece in terms of like the artistry and the passion
Yeah.
behind the project, right? And this was a Zelda game that was in development hell. I think this took, oh shit, like it was delayed so long. It was supposed to come out on the Wii U, and technically it did, but the Switch was already out. So yeah, that's another one. God of War 2018. It wasn't for me, but I understand it, right?
Yeah,
Artistry.
I feel the same. Like
Oh,
it's not a game for me, but I understand why people love it.
yeah. I think that was another one. Like I understood why it won. Though, no, that wasn't this year. 2018 wasn't the year that was Red Dead Redemption 2 was snubbed over God of War. I can't speak to either. I've only played 10 hours of God of War before I put it down, and I never played RDR 2. So
Oh, that's interesting. It won Best Narrative and then it lost to God of War.
hmm people think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best story in all of video games. I mean, I I know that's not true because I played Cleric's Pure Expedition 33. Um, but uh Sekiro won the next year. I don't even remember what came out in 2019. But once again, it was one that I just kind of understood, even though I've never played Sekiro. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. It
Mm-hmm.
was Sekiro, Control, Death Stranding, Outer Worlds, Resident Evil 2 remake, and Smash Bros. Ultimate. Once again, I totally understood it. I had only played one of those games and I didn't even finish it. It's like no, it's one of those things that you see and you just kind of understand how
Yeah.
it happens. Um, 2020 is the one I don't get. I don't know if you remember 2020's game of the year.
I think 2020 was the first time that I tuned in because if I'm not mistaken, this was the one where part one for FF7 um,
It was
remake
it,
came out. Yeah,
and it
it
was
was.
nominated. Yeah. So we
Yeah,
had the.
and
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was at and Ghost of Tsushima was also there and Hades as well. So I was like, those were the three that I thought that was gonna win it.
Yeah, and Animal Crossing, like
Mm-hmm.
when when all these games, including Doom Eternal, and that was the only one on this list that I had not played. That and Last of Us Part Two. I didn't play Last of Us Part Two or Doom Eternal. I've not played either. But from what I remember, Last of Us Part Two was the only divisive game. It was the one that most people are like, this felt like a cash grab on the name. This wasn't that great. Blah blah blah, but everyone was praising Hades, Ghost of Tsushima, FF7 remake, Animal. Well,
Mm-hmm.
FF7 remake did have some divisiveness because of some people can't. People, old heads couldn't, deal with a new version of FF7. But I digress. Animal Crossing destroyed the world. Like it took the world by storm. But The Last of Us Part
Yeah.
Two is the one that won. Like that's the one that took it. I think Ghost of Tsushima more than anything was snubbed here, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be I I think this was the only L year as a whole. That and Overwatch. You got to remember Overwatch. But
Can never forget that.
I try not to remember. 2021 was also weird, but I give 2021 some grace. It Takes Two was a phenomenal game and deserved to win. But this was post COVID. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this was post COVID, and not a lot of games had come out, so it was a little bit slower. So It Takes Two won.
Yeah.
Um, Metroid Dread, I think, was a close second. People loved it. I had only played out of all the games this year. There was It Takes Two, Deathloop, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Resident Evil Village. I had only played It Takes Two, Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank. And Ratchet and Clank I knew wasn't gonna win, even though it was a brilliant game and a lot of fun. It just wasn't gonna take it. Deathloop, I think, was too ambitious to be nominated for Game of the Year. It wasn't a bad game. It just didn't really fit for me. It felt again like a cash grab. It Takes Two though. Once again, it was just the best, most creative, most. They had fun making this game on this list. And if you know anything about Haze Light has made all these two. You haven't played Split Fiction yet, have you?
No, I have no one to play this game with.
Oh no, it's not like I'm sitting in the room. Damn, girl. Rude. What the
That's
hell?
true. No, I meant the It Takes Two at least. I had
Oh,
no one to play it with when it came out initially, so
oh no, it's not like you have someone who could do it again. My god, rude.
I
Hashtag
just
rude.
started okay, to be fair, I started streaming 2021 late October. So
Yes.
so
We
so I was new to the Twitch scene and scenario. So and it just fell off the backlog afterwards.
we didn't meet until I think 2020. I think we met January 21 through D. And you had just started coming in watching me
Yes.
play Kingdom Hearts, and then you started to stream, and then I jumped
Yes.
in. That's right.
Yeah.
That's that's how it all roads lead back to Diane. I just need to make that abundantly clear. D Frank TV is the reason I know everybody I know on Twitch. You motherfucker.
I love that Ferg is just like you have multiple friends, bruh.
I do. I do. Yeah, and so do you.
I
Actually, no,
do.
you
I
do.
do.
See, Ferg?
Yeah.
She doesn't care about us.
Yeah.
She doesn't think about. And guess who else is here?
Okay,
Juice.
I'll add it to the backlog.
Oh my god, yes. There's so many of us. I also need to play games with Ferg. Ferg, I got you, boo boo. We playing
Monster
games soon.
Hunter?
Yeah, oh god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Are you going through a tunnel? You're cutting out. um, cool.
I
That's
need to
20.
look for a physical copy of It Takes Two.
Oh, they're not hard to find. You can find
That's
it pretty easy.
all right.
Pretty cheap too. Um, I think 2022 was the last year of things being like the last year before things got to like really divisive with if you don't include 2020. 2022, the winner was Elden Ring. And once again, we all knew it. And I had never played it, but I understand. Um Stray was nominated. That was my personal game of the year. I love that game and I will die for that game. Horizon Forbidden West, which was Cass's personal game of the year that year, and she
Yep.
doesn't even have to tell me that. Let's
I'm
be
still
real.
laughing. I'm still laughing at that year because that was the first time that I got like the Twitch recap thing.
Uh huh.
And it said that I was in the top 1% of Horizon Forbidden West streamers for that year. And I was like, why am I not surprised?
I still haven't finished the first game, and I need to do that before Cass kills me one day for not doing it. Though I
That's
did get
right.
my Aloy Magic the Gathering card that my dad currently has because he's gonna send it in for grading for me. What a nice man.
Nice.
Nice. Um, so yeah, that year, Stray, I think for me, the most creative out of that year was Stray over Elden Ring. But once again, I understand why Elden Ring won. I would not have been mad if any of these won, you know? And I don't
Yeah.
think anybody else who came out, like, nobody really got mad when Elden Ring won either. I think everyone's like, yeah, we get it. We understand why Elden Ring
No,
won.
there were some people who were mad. And that's because God of War Ragnarok came out.
Oh yeah. As someone who does
But
not care about God of
yeah,
War, yeah. Well, have you played Stray yet?
I have. I have played Stray. I
Okay,
enjoyed
good.
it for what it was. Like, I
The-
appreciate that I appreciate the creativity in the game. There's my own nitpick there is just like, what's with the jump scares in the beginning?
oh yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah,
wish
yeah.
I knew more about it.
Yeah.
Like, or I wish it had more purpose.
I mean, if we're not gonna get into the whole details of it. I mean, I know the whole goal. The jump scares, I don't know. The whole goal of the storytelling was to talk about e-waste and waste in
Yeah,
general, and yeah, environmentalism. The jump scares, I think it was just to show the bleakness of what you're about to get into. If I had to
yeah.
guess, but I could be
It
wrong.
was it was it was a that was my Resident Evil.
That was your that's as close to Resident Evil as you're gonna get.
That's just yes, that's as close to Resident Evil as I'm going to get. Like the first half of that when
My
you're like in the sewers and stuff.
my Resident Evil is always going to be actual Resident Evil 7 with Emily, and her forgetting about a jump scare that was scripted and me just about shitting my pants because she and her laughing at me. I digress. Uh yeah, and we have now we're going to get into the divisiveness. 2023. The Game Awards happened 2023. We all know what won. It's not even a shock. It was Baldur's Gate 3. No questions asked.
Mhm.
I think most people who are actual like play not first person, single player narrative games and along with other things, no matter who you were, for the most part, you understood, even if you had played Baldur's Gate 3 or not, the impact that it had in 2023 and the chokehold that it had on people.
Oh yeah, the
Um,
moment it released, that's all people could talk about, and you kind of already knew that it was gonna win.
exactly. And it exploded. And I hadn't even played it yet whenever the Game Awards happened. I had only played Tears of the Kingdom and I
Mhm.
had played Spider-Man 2. And I had played Mario Wonder. My personal game of the year was Mario Wonder, weirdly enough. But I understood and I knew, I'm like, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to just landslide this. Like, it's not even a competition. It's going to destroy everything. And uh, apparently, the people who play 1 to 2 games every 3 years freaked out. They got mad. They're like, why is it not Spider-Man? No one has bought this game. No one's playing this game. It's like, do you live under a rock? Like, what was their determining factor? And they were quoting things like sales and quoting things like active player count. Like these things mattered. And they weren't relevant because they were wrong depending on what was actually the most player count. But like I truly like sat there and just like, what the hell? I played Spider-Man and it was just more Spider-Man. And I love Spider-Man
You
too,
know,
but it was just more Spider-Man.
yeah, you know what's so funny about that is Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is on the list, and it
Mhm.
was the people who wanted Spider-Man 2 to win who were, like, so pressed that Spider-Man 2 did not win. Even
Yeah.
if it wasn't Baldur's Gate 3 who took that award, Spider-Man 2 would not have won because Tears of the Kingdom is there.
I will even like go a step further. I think everything but Resident Evil 4 would have beaten Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
Alan Wake
yeah.
2. I don't play horror games, but that was highly beloved. Tears of the Kingdom, like you already mentioned. Mario Bros. Wonder is one of the greatest 2D platformers I have ever played in my life. Leagues
I would agree
above
because I
Spider-Man
got
2.
that when it came out, and I was like, I could not put down Mario Brothers
Mario
Wonder.
Wonder.
It was yeah, I loved that game more than I did Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, and I love Tears of the Kingdom. Our first episode is me and Emily yelling back and forth about why she doesn't like Tears of the Kingdom and why I love it. But I digress. Like I understood why any of those won except for Spider-Man 2 because it was the one that just felt like it did not fit. It didn't feel like it deserved to be there because it was more of the same of the first game, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I would have picked FF16 as a on that short list over Spider-Man 2, and
Uh,
16 didn't even make that list.
as someone who didn't play Final Fantasy 16 until earlier this year, I am so sorry. That game is phenomenal, and I'm so sorry
Yeah.
for waiting. And I just listen. I haven't had a good Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy 10. I need to actually try 15 and 13 again now that I'm older and can make my own decisions. But I just did not like those games initially. Anywho, on topic. I love 16. Uh but yeah, that's when we started seeing this weird shift of like, no, this is rigged. That doesn't make sense. And all these people came out of the woodwork, and I think it's because people during the pandemic started becoming more into the gamers and more casuals
Mhm.
started to become more quote unquote gamers, but not really understanding the space yet because it continued into
Yeah.
2024. 2024 last year, the big one. Um, where we all know Astrobot won. Um,
Mhm.
at the time of the Game Awards coming, this is actually the most games out of this list. No, that's not true. That's not true. It's not the most games that I. No, it is the most games I had played out of this list. Because I had played Astropod. I had not played Balatro until after the Game Awards, and I regret waiting that long. I played Astrobot. I played like 3 hours of Wukong with my brother. I played 100 hours of Rebirth, and I played about 100 hours of Metaphor Refantasio. And even though Metaphor and Astrobot were tied for my game of the year, I was even sitting there like, it's going to be Astrobot. This is the most like heart-driven game I've ever played, like 3D platformer I've ever played, as much as like Mario 64. You know?
Yeah, and I feel like the moment the Astrobot came out, it's the same thing that you would have observed when Baldur's Gate 3 came out. It's all the game. It's all that gamers could talk about, how much they love it. And it doesn't matter if they played RPGs, or it doesn't matter if like they're a big name streamer who's like more playing into fighting games as their thing. They picked it up, they loved it
Yeah. And
because they had a lot of fun with it.
this was another year where no matter what happened, no matter who won, uh people were going to be mad if it wasn't Wukong. Because in Wukong was the only game that did not have a rating of a 90 or above on this list. It was like an 87, I think.
I feel
Um
like the only reason why, and here's the thing, because Wukong won, I think, Ultimate Game of the Year for Golden Joysticks
it did.
that same year.
Yes.
And the reason why is because their fan voted 100%.
Yeah,
You
there
have
are
to factor in that this is a game that was produced by Chinese developers, and this is
mhm,
like the only game, if I'm not mistaken, that's like made by a company or by development team based in China,
mhm,
where there's a strong sense of nationalism,
mhm.
where there's also a large population of gamers.
Yeah,
So, not even factoring in people who played Wukong in the West, you already have so many people voting for that one game.
because of the nationalism side of it. You're 1,000% correct.
Yeah. And that's not
Um
to say that it's a bad game, but it's just like you would expect that there's a lot of people who are going to vote for this game to win.
the biggest issue I have with the whole thing too is like the whole speech about heart. That's what that was
Hmm.
last year. That was Nicholas Doucette coming out. I'm sorry, not Nicholas. It was the Larian CEO. I forgot his name already. Um,
Sven, I think.
yeah, whatever his name is, he came out and he
Yeah.
said talking about heart and all this. The Black Myth Wukong developers said they only made this game to win Game of the Year, and
Hmm.
that was like the okay, that there we go. That is the evidence right there why it did not win. Like they didn't make it with heart. They made it to win an award. They made it not to be great. You don't make a game to win an award. You just make the game because you want to make the game and you might win an award. Look at Balatro, for example. Balatro, the developer for Balatro, Local Thunk, made the game expecting it to sell 4 copies to friends and family. And did not care what would happen. He just wanted to make something that he enjoyed and he thoroughly loved. It was one dude. And it got nominated for Game of the Year as one of the greatest games ever made. And I understand why. Right? Because that man's like, I just want to make
Hmm.
something. I'm not trying to win anything. I just want to make something for my friends, for myself to play and my friends and family to play. And then these Black Myth Wukong developers are like, we just did this to win. Like that's not why you do things. Right? You have to want to
Yeah.
do the thing for the heart,
You
you
know
know.
that because they made a game that is so alike other games that
Mm-hmm.
are beloved in the sense of it's a popular type of game. There's souls like Soulsborne type of mechanics. There's a difficulty associated with the boss fights. There's like art style. You can kind of see that's a little bit influenced in the vibes of the game. Um, and they made a game that they know where it's going to sell to the market because that's what's in the hype, and
Mm-hmm.
that could get them into Game of the Year contenders. And they had to do it well to get to the Game of the Year contenders, and they did well enough to
Yeah.
have that opportunity. But that heart is missing. And that's why Astrobot won. That's why Balatro is on that list. I don't like as much as I love FF7 franchise and I'm really intrigued with their Rebirth remake trilogy. It was never going to win this year because you're at like the halfway point of the story.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the Empire Strikes Back moment of the story. So it's not
That's
complete.
incredible. That is the best like description of that. I have to call my friend Julie after this, and tell her exactly
Yeah.
what you said. You're 1,000% right. It is the Empire Strikes Back. You
It's
know
at
what's
you're at that moment. So it's
what's
you don't know yet if it's gonna stick the landing or not. It's not gonna win unless it stick the landing on the third one.
This is the crazy thing about this year too. My friend Julie was hardcore pushing for Metaphor. She had not played Astrobot. Um
Mhm.
and she did not understand why this Astrobot game won game of the year. Because like how much more time went into Metaphor. And granted I love Metaphor. I think Metaphor is one of the greatest games JRPGs I've ever played. So I bought her a copy of Astrobot and she got so mad and she didn't hate it, but she's like, why did this one? She still does not understand why one game of the year. I'm like, I guess it's not for everybody. So shouts out, Julie. Just know I'm thinking about you, homie. And yes, I will be playing Harvestella soon. That's the end of that sentence. So, uh, so now we're going to talk about predictions. We're going to talk about
Mhm.
2026. I think there is no prediction to be made. Oh, sorry, not
It's Claire
2025.
Obscura Expedition 33.
I said the wrong year. 2026 is next year. We're in 2025.
Hmm.
Yeah, like, and it's not even going to be Cleric Obscure Expedition 33 just wins Game of the Year and then like three other things. It's gonna
Oh, it
sweep.
sweeps. It absolutely sweeps. I think I could see maybe one or two category where it doesn't win. Like may I think they had that was it audio design and it's up against like a horror game, Silent Hill. Like I could
Yeah,
see Silent Hill maybe winning it just because of like how spooky the game could be, or maybe something like Ghost of Yote could win it, or Death Stranding could win it, just because of how immersive they could build that world and experience for a gamer. But it's going to sweep. If it does not win all of the categories that it's like nominated for, it's going to win most,
it's
if
it's
not
gonna
all.
it's gonna just completely obliterate. Now here's the big thing about Expedition 33, and this was my experience with it. I saw the trailer for it. Nobody was talking about it. I saw the release date and I pre-ordered it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick this up because this looks interesting enough for me to try, and I like turn-based JRPGs and I want to review it.
Hmm.
I picked it up, and within 3 days, one, I was the only pre-order for it at my GameStop. They only got one copy, and it was the one I pre-ordered.
Oh
Within
wow.
3 days of me playing that game and it being out, the internet exploded out of nowhere. And everyone was talking about how incredible this game was. My friend Julie didn't even hear about it until I told her I bought it, and she actually got ahead of me and just like, "What have you made me do? What have you put me into?" And I'm like, "I don't know yet." And I'm trying to like hold everything back because I don't want to spoil anything. This was a game that took the internet by a chokehold, and this is how I know this game was impactful. The big thing, and it wasn't even just that I was the only pre-order and nobody heard about it, and then it exploded. The big thing that I knew that this was had a huge impact and everybody was loving it is that for 4 to 5 solid months,
Oh
you
yeah.
could play this game and no spoilers were online. No one had spoiled anything. There were just people saying how much they loved the game, and no, because this game is super easy to spoil. It is incredibly easy to spoil. Nobody had said a word. I mean that I saw. It was not in mass markets of spoiler territory. Like
Yeah, I
everyone,
have not seen a spoiler of this game up until now. Just like how I've seen so many, I've seen essays of how much this game meant to them, how it changed their life, but it's remained spoiler free.
yeah, it has overtaken my number one game of all time, which was Kingdom Hearts 1. It has overtaken that. It is now my this is now the number one game I've ever played in my entire life. It had an impact on me that big. Like it shocked all of us. and you could tell that these were people. I mean, just the story. You know the story of how Sandoval came together, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
like oh, go ahead.
it's so interesting because I saw the trailer for this game and I put it on like to watch in a sense of like I want to play this game. I want to learn more about this game before I pick it up and play. So I will wait until it releases and see the reception on this game. And it released, and I saw the reception, and it's just like, oh, okay, this is and what's really funny,
Uh-huh.
since Elden Ring 1,
Yeah.
2020,
Th-
2022, right?
yeah,
And
22, 22.
2023. Yes, 22. Since Elden Ring 1, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So including 2025. In the last 4 years, three games came out and it had Jennifer English as one of their voice actors.
Wait, Jennifer English is an Elden Ring?
Jennifer English is in Elden Ring, and two of those four games had Jennifer English, or yeah, two of those four games that won Game of the Year had Jennifer English in it. So since this is the third one, I feel like it's kind of a sealed deal.
Oh my god! And not to forget to mention that John Balatro himself, Ben Starr, is in this game. And
Yes,
not also to forget that Charlie Cox, who forgot about it until it exploded. this
yes,
man, this man, he's getting so much praise. He's like, no, give it to my motion cap, dude. I was in that studio for 4 hours. Leave me alone because I do not deserve anything. I just spoke for 4 hours in a booth. Shout out to
yeah.
you, Charlie Cox, for being humble, by the way. Like
He
good
does
man.
say he did say like two things. He needs to play this game, and then
Mm-hmm.
because he wants to fully understand the story, because apparently he doesn't really know the full story.
Mm-hmm.
And if ever Hollywood picks this movie, he wants to play his character in the movie, and that was it. That's the one thing that he said about the game.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, Mr. Cox, with that. One, there's two problems. One, Glenn Powell also wants to play your character for some reason. I don't know why. Glenn Powell looks nothing like Gustav. I digress. Uh, Two, Robert Pattinson has to play Gustav. I'm sorry, he looks like
I see
Robert
it. Yeah,
Pattinson.
I see it. I see it.
That is Edward from Twilight. That is Cedric Diggory from from Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
Every time I mention Edward Cullen to Chase, like we never like refer to Twilight. We always think about Cedric Diggory, and we go, "My son, that's my boy!" No, like the screaming dad for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
that's my son. Sorry, it's so ridiculous and funny to me. I digress. Uh, One, I need that movie to happen. Two, I need more people to play this game, and I know as soon as it wins, you already have the backlash coming before it even wins. Shroud, the popular streamer, and I talked about this last time, had come out and said you can't let that Expedition 33 game win. It needs to be Arc Raiders, which isn't even nominated.
You mean
Um,
the game that used AI
Now,
for
okay,
something?
here's the problem with this, and I talked about this last week too. People, their AI is being tossed around a lot, and it should be, but now
Yeah.
it's being misconstrued to things that aren't AI. So with
Mm-hmm.
Arc Raiders specifically, it's not AI. What Arc
Yeah.
Raiders is doing is what your Siri on your phone's already doing. They had voice actors
Yeah.
come in and record a whole bunch of lines. So when they do expansions, they're just doing what Siri does and just mixing those words together to make lines of dialogue. Um, I don't know. I'm not as grumpy about that as most people are, you know?
No, I'm really, the only thing is with that game, or for at least for those developers or one of them who spoke up. And
Yeah.
the only thing is like I didn't even hear about this game until you said something about it should win the game of the year. And I'm like,
Arc
so how are you
Raiders?
gonna win game of the year? Yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't heard of Arc Raiders until I saw the headlines like Arc Raider developer blah, 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 complains Claire Obscure shouldn't win. And I'm like, this is a
Yeah.
game that's out right now.
I never knew about it. It is another multiplayer shooter game. It's another. It's the same formula we keep seeing. Take
Yeah,
Clair Obscur out of the equation, then. All right, let's just say that game never came out and never existed. So sorry to tell you, Hollow Knight's gonna still beat Arc Raiders. Hollow Knight Silksong is gonna
Ruby's
just
too.
slap.
And Kingdom
Yeah,
Come Deliverance 2 will also beat our creators.
it's literally everything on this list. Death Stranding
Yeah.
2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, poor Kojima. This is the second Kojima Productions game that's been nominated, and he's lost both times. I'm sorry,
So
Kojima, you're losing again, bud.
I don't feel too bad for Kojima because he's still Kojima. I feel bad for Horizon because every time that the game comes out for the Horizon series, it comes out the same month as the eventual Game of the Year winner.
Yeah. So when the third one
Or
comes
like so
out,
close to it. So when the third one comes out in 2027 maybe or
mhm,
2028, that's my calculation. That's probably when it's gonna come out. If it comes out in 2027 and FF7 Part 3 comes out 2027 for the 30th anniversary, I don't
it's
know what
over.
other games are gonna come out 2027. It's over. It has no chance. Like, I'm sorry. As much as I love the franchise, I'm gonna be realistic there.
She's right. I've never met anyone who's as obsessed with Horizon as Cassandra. Did you get the Lego game? Did you get the Lego Horizon
I
game?
So here's the thing, I did not
Who are you?
because it's not Horizon.
You're right. It's Lego Horizon.
Yeah.
Have you ever played a Lego game?
I'm trying to think. Have I played a Lego? Yeah, actually, but I briefly for a time played the Lego Star Wars game on my phone.
Okay, I guess that counts because it's a remake of the original. I played the original
Yeah.
Lego Star Wars back on the GameCube. I played Lego Incredibles. Lego games, Cass, are actually really charming. And you're right, it's not original Horizon, but like they make it, they don't tarnish whatever they're doing.
All
I
right,
will
I will add
praise it.
that game to the list.
Well, here's the thing.
Next
I
time
haven't even got it. But you will never buy a Lego game and be like, this was bad. I had a bad time.
I might actually play it on the Switch instead of the PlayStation.
I don't think it's on the Switch, is it? I'm
Yeah, it should be on the Switch.
but it's a
I,
PlayStation IP.
no, they released it in multiple
Oh my god, they
consoles, I believe.
did. No shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sony really said, here you go, Nintendo. But you guess who they didn't give it to? They didn't give it to Xbox.
Xbox.
Oh, oh my god. Hey, it got nominated for British Academy Games Award multiplayer for multiplayer. So good on you, British Academy Awards. I guess.
BAFTA.
Yeah, BAFTA. Cool.
All right.
uh, so that's the whole shtick. Like that's our whole shtick here. Like Game of the Year has got to come from the heart. It doesn't matter how much you sell. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how many players you have playing at once. But it doesn't have heart and it doesn't get people talking, then it doesn't matter. Because I could Call of Duty
Yeah.
every year pushes those numbers. And does that really get people talking though? Do people talk about Call of
Yeah.
Duty 9?
And you have to understand too, like sometimes the sales records, they also just reflect people who buy them and not play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like people who are afraid of the FOMO, essentially, or at the same time, some games are priced at a higher price tag than the game that will inevitably win Game of the Year because if I'm not mistaken, I bought like the re-release of the Lumiere whatever edition of Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and I still paid a lower price than most like standard editions for that
Everybody
one. And that has a
got
still case and journal.
every everyone got the fancy steelbook but me. Everybody did. After this game exploded, I got the standard edition. That's all I got. And yeah, I'm stuck with it because you can't get the steelbook anymore and I'm very upset about it.
Wait, no, they re-released it in October because I was
Ye-
going to get it in October, and when I was looking at and trying to decide on where I was going to get it from, I saw that they were, I think, re-releasing the collector's edition
okay, hold on.
um, from GameStop, and so I was like, oh, then I'll just get it from
Oh,
here.
yeah, yeah. So that happened. You're right. So that did happen
Yeah,
months ago. The problem is
yeah.
it's sold out. It's gone again.
Did you
And I
check, as much as I hate saying this, did you check Amazon? They have a Mirror's Edition, I think is what it's called. And last time I checked, it wasn't going to be released until December,
maybe.
which
Oh,
is a
wait.
separate edition that has a steel case, steelbook case,
Okay, here's
and cards, I
here's
think.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. They have a copy at my GameStop near my
Oh, you know it's
house.
the sign now.
Oh no. I have to talk to my wife first. And I'd be like, look, I'm gonna trade in my original copy to get the prettier. To be fair, actually, no, I get a pass here. And this is a true story. Back in May of this year, I got her a special edition of some romance book that she wants. Like it's got a pretty
Mhm.
spine and everything. She got another special edition, one that she wanted more that she just happened to be able to find. And she asked me today, she's like, can I literally today, are you okay if I get rid of the one that you this special edition because I got the special edition that I wanted, which I'm like, I don't care. But now I have leverage. Guys, don't do this in marriage. Please don't keep score. Don't like do all this. I'm just making stupid
See, here
jokes.
I thought we were gonna go with the it's the holidays, it's Christmas time, my birthday is coming soon
It is coming soon.
situation, and it's like, so I feel like we can call this as the holiday gift or the birthday gift.
I'm gonna have to. Oh, she already got me my birthday gift. Didn't be my birthday
Oh,
gift to me. That giant. Well, you probably might not be able to see it. The Ampharos behind me was
oh
part of my
yes,
birthday
yes,
gift.
I see it. Yeah.
My beautiful Amphi boy, the greatest Pokemon to ever exist. Sorry, Jirachi. It's like she's not just right there next to me staring at me.
Jirachi is a shocked Jirachi face right now.
I'm so sorry. On that note, I think that's gonna do it for us. I think we've pretty much covered everything we needed to cover, unless you have anything you wanted to
Yeah.
touch on.
Um, no, other than yeah, the performance of the year is just gonna be between Ben and Jen, and it is what it is.
It's gonna be Jen. We know it's gonna be Jen. I want it to be
It's
Ben, but it's
yeah,
gonna be Jen.
yeah,
Uh
absolutely.
well, before we go, kids, as always, remember, don't eat Tide Pods. That's all I have. Okay, bye everyone. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.